Hello everyone, welcome to Quality Thought YouTube channel. As a part of aptitude training, we are going through the concepts of time and distance. Let's see the next question. The question says, going to school, if Ram travels 20 kilometers per hour from his house, he reaches the school 4 minutes late. If he goes at 25 kilometers per hour speed, he reaches the school 2 minutes earlier than the scheduled time. What is the distance between his house and school? We have already seen the same type of question in a different process. Now we will take another method to solve the same type of question. We already see the previous question is about the same. If a person traveling with the different speed will reach the office certain time late, and a person, if he increases his speed, he will reach certain time early to the office. So now the same kind of question, but we will see a different method to solve this question. Now let's see we'll convert the speeds. We know it that the speed will be inversely proportional to the time taken. In the basics, we have seen the speed and time, they both are inversely proportional to each other. That means more is the speed, less is the time that is required. That means less is the speed, more is the time that is required. Now check it here. Let's write the speed first. So the speeds, which is first speed he travelled with 20 kilometers per hour, next he travelled with 25 kilometers per hour. So let's find out the ratio of the speeds. This is 5 4s, this is 5 5s. So this is speeds ratio is nothing but, I'll write one more time, the speeds ratio is 4:5. So ratio of the speeds is 4:5 in both the cases. Now let's take the ratio of the time. So times ratio we will write. So the times ratio is 5:4 because the speed is inversely proportional to the time taken. If the speeds are in the ratio 4:5, then the times will become in the ratio 5:4. Now see, we will find the difference between these times. See, this is 5 minus 4, that is 1 is the ratio. So the difference here is 5 minus 4, that is 1 ratio. 1 is the ratio, that is the difference. Now ratio is 1 ratio, but now we will find out the difference between the times. So times how much is the difference? So first it was 2 minutes earlier minus, that is the difference, other one is 4 minutes late. So 2 minus of minus 4, that is 6 minutes. So the difference is 6 minutes. That means here check, the times ratio difference is 1 and difference in time is 6 minutes. So 1 ratio difference is 6 minutes. Now let's consider any one side, either you can take the this side you can take or this side will take. 1 ratio difference is 6 minutes. So I'll take this first 20 kilometer speed time ratio, that is 5 ratios is how much? So 1 ratio difference is 6 minutes, 5 ratios difference is 5 into 6, that is, so 30 minutes is the difference. See here, 1 ratio difference is 6 minutes, that is the difference. So for 5 ratios, I am taking this 5. So for 5 ratios, the difference is 5 into 6, that is 30 minutes. So now what is the question he asked? What is the distance between his house and school? So the distance, we will write it as, so distance is nothing but, we will find the distance by multiplying speed and time. See, the speed we have is 20 kilometers per hour. I am taking the first speed, so 20, and the time is 30 minutes. So 30 I will convert it into hours, 30 by 60 hours. That means 30 minutes is half an hour time. So this is 30 ones, 30 twos, 2 ones, 2 tens. So the distance is 10 kilometers. See, we have taken these two values 20 and 5. If you want, we can take the other values also to find the same value. Let's see that whether we will get the same answer or not by taking the different values. See, up to here I will take the same value. 1 ratio is 6 minutes is the difference. Now I will take this value. So 4 ratios will be how much? 4 ratios. 1 ratio is 6 minutes, 4 ratios is 4 into 6, that is 24 minutes. 4 ratios is 24 minutes is the difference. Now let's find out the distance. So the distance is again, it is speed into time. So this time I'll take this value. So 25 is kilometers per hour is the speed into 24 minutes is the time. I'll convert this into minutes. I'll convert this 24 minutes into hours by dividing it 60. So 24 by 60. This is 6 4s 6 tens are. This is 2 twos are, 2 fives are. This is 5 ones are, 5 fives are. So 5 into 2 is 10 kilometers. So we can use this method also to find these type of questions where we will give a certain distance and he will give different speeds. When a person travels with one speed, he will reach the office late. If the same person will increase his speed and goes to the office, he will reach the office early than the required time. So the question will be asked, what is the difference between the house and the school, or what is the difference between the house and the office, all these things. So for the previous same type of question we have seen a different method. Now again the same type of question we have seen another method. So this is how it will be solved. So take this into consideration. Speed is always inversely proportional to the time taken. So the ratio of the speeds, take it 20 is to 25. When you go for reciprocal, that means to get the ratio of the times, take the reverse of the speed, that is 4 is to 5 will become 5 is to 4. Now the difference between the speeds, 5 minus time periods, difference between the time periods 5 minus 4 is 1 ratio, and difference between the times is 2 minutes is early and 4 minutes is late, difference is 6 minutes. So 1 ratio is equals to 6 minutes, then 5 ratios will be 30 minutes. So speed in the first case is 20 kilometers per hour. So distance is nothing but speed into time. So 20 into 30 minutes. So 20 into 30 by 60, that is 10 kilometers is the required answer here. Let's see the next question. A boy from his house will reach the school 10 minutes early when travels at 12 kilometers per speed, and he reaches 20 minutes late when travels at 8 kilometers per hour speed. See the same type of question, same type, this is the third question we are solving. Find the distance he has to travel from this to reach the school from his house. For the same type of question we will see the third method. This is the third method we are checking for the same type of question. Now let's see. See, to find this case, find the distance, that means if you take the LCM of both the speeds he has given, this is not the actual distance, let the distance I am calculating, this is not the actual distance, this is not the actual distance, based on the speeds they are traveling, we will take the LCM. So distance is LCM of 8 and 12. So LCM of 8 and 12, that is equals to 24 kilometers. Let's consider this as the distance they have traveled. Consider this as the distance they have traveled. I mean the boy has traveled 24 kilometers is the distance, consider it. Okay. See here, first he traveled with a speed of 12 kilometers per hour. So the first speed is 12 kilometers per hour. That means if he goes with the speed of 12 kilometers per hour, he need to travel for 2 hours. If he goes with the speed of 12 kilometers per hour, he need to travel for 2 hours to reach 24 kilometers. Second case, he is traveling with the speed 8 kilometers per hour, then he need to travel for 3 hours to cover 24 kilometers. So 12 kilometers per hour is the speed, he need to travel for 2 hours, 12 2s are 24. 8 kilometers per hour is the speed, he need to travel for 3 hours to reach 24 kilometers, 8 3s are 24. Now see what is the difference here, the difference is 1 hour is the difference, that is write it as 60 minutes. Why we are converting into minutes? See in the question he has given he reached 20 minutes late, 10 minutes early, like that. Now keep this 60 minutes aside. Now see if the office timing is at 10 o'clock, for example, consider office timing is at 10 a.m. Okay. First what he did, 10 minutes early. 10 minutes early means, so if office timing is at 10 o'clock and he reached at 10 minutes early means he reached at 9:50 only. And second case he reached 20 minutes late. Second case he reached 20 minutes late means he reached at 10:20. 10 minutes early means he reached at 9:50. 20 minutes late means he reached at 10:20. That means the difference here is, here the difference is 30 minutes. Here the difference is 30 minutes. Now check 60 minutes, that means 1 hour is the difference. 1 hour means 60 minutes is the difference, that shows 24 kilometers. For 60 minutes difference it is showing 24 kilometers. So for 30 minutes difference, so half is the time, so half will be the distance. So this is the distance between the house and school. So this is the required distance between the house and the school. So what we have done, just to find out the LCM of the both the speeds, consider this is the actual speed, actual distance. Consider the LCM of both the speeds and take this as the actual distance. So 12 kilometers, when he travel with 12 kilometers per hour, he will take 2 hours to reach the 24 kilometers. And if he travel with 8 kilometers per hour, he will take 3 hours to reach the 24 kilometers. Now distance is 3 hours minus 2 hours. The difference between the times is 3 hours minus 2 hours, that is 60 minutes is the difference. Now keep this aside. Now check here, 10 minutes early minus 20 minutes late, that means total 30 minutes is the difference. Here the difference is 60 minutes, which shows the 24 kilometers. Now here the difference is 30 minutes, so that will give the final answer. So 60 minutes is denoted with 24 kilometers and 30 minutes will be half the time, half the distance, it is 12 kilometers. That will be the distance between the house and school. So same type of question, we have seen the 3 methods. So check which method will give the proper answer, that means which method you can use to save your time. You can use any method and you will get the same answer in each and every case. See the next question. A person travels at a distance for 6 hours with the speed 45 kilometers per hour. That means a person goes 6 hours time period with 45 kilometers per hour speed. What should be his speed if he wants to travel the same distance? What should be his speed if he wants to travel the same distance in 4 hours? See, in the first case, we don't know what is the distance he travelled in this 6 hours. We don't know what is the distance he travelled in this 6 hours. See, we know it, speed is equals to distance by time. In the first case, let's find out the distance travelled. So distance is nothing but the speed 45 kilometers per hour and the time is 6 hours. So the distance travelled is 45 into 6 kilometers. This is the distance he travelled in the first case. Now what he is asking, if he wants to travel the same this distance in 4 hours, what should be the required speed? See here, let's take it as case 2, where we want the speed. So we want the speed here. So what is the distance travelled is, the distance travelled is 45 into 6 by this distance should be travelled only in 4 hours. The same distance should be travelled only in 4 hours. So distance is 45 into 6 by 4, this is 2 2s are 2 3s are. So this is 3 5s are 15, 3 4s are 12 plus 1 13, that is equals to 135 by 2. So 135 by 2, this is 2 6s are 12, 2 7s are 14 and 2 5s are 10. So the required speed, to cover the same distance in 4 hours is 67.5 kilometers per hour. See here, first we calculated what is the distance he travelled for 6 hours with the speed 45 kilometers per hour. So the distance is 45 into 6 kilometers. In the case 2, we have written what should be his speed if he wants to travel the same distance in 4 hours. So the distance is 45 into 6 by time is 4 hours. This is 2 2s are 2 3s are, 3 5s are 15, 3 4s are 12 plus 1 13 by 2, 135 by 2, 2 1s are 2 6s are, 1 will remain, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 10. So the required speed to travel the same distance in 4 hours is 67.5 kilometers per hour. The question says, if a person increases his speed by 20%, he can travel 20 kilometers more than the actual distance in the same time. Find the actual distance. So we need to find the actual distance. So we don't know his actual speed, let's write it as s is equals to d by t. In the first case, let's take it as s is equals to d by t. If he increases his speed by 20%, if he increases, it didn't come to 20%, he increases his speed by 20% means the speed will become 120 s by 100. The speed will become 120 s by 100. Now he will travel 20 kilometers more. Let the original distance is d, now he will travel 20 kilometers more in the same time. He will travel 20 kilometers more in the same time. Now what is the actual distance he travelled? Now let's see this. So let's substitute this S is equals to d by t here, which is 120 by 100. S is nothing but d by t is equals to d plus 20 by time is t. T and t will cancel. So here 0 and 0 will cancel. This is 2 5s are 2 6. Now go for simplification. This is 6 into d, 6d. This is 5d plus 25 is 100. I am going for cross multiplication. So 6d, 5d is 5 into d is 5d plus 520 is 100. That is 6d minus 5d is d, that is equals to 100 kilometers. Say the question is simple, a person increases his speed by 20%. We don't know what is the actual speed, let's consider it as S is equals to d by t as it is. And in the second case he says increases, increases is the word he used. So increases means on original speed S, it will increases by 20, which will become 120 S by 100 is equals to, because he increased his speed by 20%, he will travel 20 kilometers more. That means d plus 20 by t. Okay. Now S is nothing but d by t. I just written 120 by 100 into S is d by t is equals to d plus 20 by t. Cancel this t. This is 26 is 25 is 100. So go for cross multiplication. 6 into d is equals to 5d plus 520 is 100. So the distance travelled 6d minus 5d is d, that is 100 kilometers. So the actual distance is 100 kilometers in this case. The question says, going to a place, a person travelled half the distance with the speed 6 kilometers per hour, 1/3 of the distance with the speed 4 kilometers per hour, and the remaining distance with the speed 2 kilometers per hour. Find his average speed during this journey. See, let's consider this total distance is d. We will consider the total distance is d. See, in the first case, the distance is half of the distance. In the first case, the distance is half of the distance. So d by 2 is the distance. D by 2 is the distance that is travelled at 6 kilometers per hour. D by 2 is the distance that is travelled at 6 kilometers per hour. That means we can write the time for this is t1 is equals to d by 12. T1 is equals to d by 12. We just use this S is equals to d by t. The first distance, half the distance, d by 2, he travelled at 6 kilometers per hour. So the time for this I take it as t1, which is d by 6 into 2, that is d by 12. Now check 1/3 of the distance, that means d by third of the distance. Now d by third of the distance at 4 kilometers per hour. D by third of the distance he travelled at 4 kilometers per hour. I will take this as t2. So that is d by, this is d by 3 by 4, which is again d by 12. I will substitute here S is equals to d by t. S is 4, d value is d by 3, t I am taking it as t2. So I will take this t2 to the side, it will be d by 3 into 4, that is d by 12. Now the remaining distance, that is what he said, remaining distance is, see here, if you take the total distance d, in this d by 2 of the distance plus d by 3 of the distances are travelled. Now the remaining distance is d minus 5d by 6. So the remaining distance is d minus 5d by 6, that is d by 6. Now this d by 6 of the distance is travelled at 2 kilometers per hour speed. This d by 6 of the distance is travelled at 2 kilometers per hour. The t3 value is again d by 12. D by 6 by t is equals to 2, t3 is d by 6 into 2, that is d by 12. That means in each case the time period is d by 12, that is what we received, only speeds are different. Now the question is, what is the average speed? So the average speed is the total distance travelled is d by total time taken. T1 is d by 12 plus T2 is d by 12 plus T3 is d by 12. We know this, the average speed is nothing but total distance travelled by total time taken. Total distance is d, total time is T1 plus T2 plus T3, which can be written as, this is like fractions, 12 I can take it up, 12 into d by this is 3d. So d and d will cancel, 3 1s are 3 4s are. So the average speed is 4 kilometers per hour. It's very simple. The total distance is divided into 3 separate parts. First half he travelled with the speed 6 kilometers per hour, and 1/3 of the distance he travelled with 4 kilometers per hour, and the remaining distance. So that is at 2 kilometers per hour. So d by 2 is the half the distance at 6 kilometers per hour. The time taken we calculated as d by 12, and d by 3 is the distance at 4 kilometers per hour speed, time is d by 12, and d by 6 is the remaining distance, and that is travelled at 2 kilometers per hour, again the time is d by 12. So average speed is nothing but total distance travelled by total time taken. Total distance is d, total time t1 plus t2 plus t3. So this is like fractions 3d by 12. So take the 12 up, it is 12 d by 3 into d, d will cancel, 3 1s are 3 4s are. So his average speed during this whole journey is 4 kilometers per hour. The question says, while going to a place at 40 kilometers, Neeta takes 2 hours more than Geeta. Okay, there is a distance, there is a place which is at 48 kilometers distance. So while going to this place, Neeta takes 2 hours more than what Geeta is taking. So let's see the distance. Geeta distance is going for 48 kilometers, Geeta is going to a distance of 40 kilometers. So for Geeta, let her speed I am taking as s, distance is 48 by time, just write it. So Geeta is going with a speed of s kilometers per hour, distance is 48, time is t. Now check what he say, what the question says, while going to a place at 48 kilometers, Neeta takes 2 hours more than Geeta. So for the same thing, Neeta will take, we don't know the speed, so I am taking speed of Neeta, same distance. So consider this speed of Geeta and speed of Neeta, she will take 2 hours more than what Geeta will be taking. See, while going to a place at 48 kilometers, Neeta takes 2 hours more than Geeta. So Neeta will take 2 hours more. If Neeta moves with double her speed, so let us write the second case. If Neeta moves double her speed, what will happen? The same distance, she will reach the place in 1 hour less than Geeta. So it will be 1 hour less, that means t minus 1. See, if Geeta is taking total t hours, Neeta will take in the first case 2 hours more. So that is 2 plus t plus 2. So t is the actual time plus 2 hours. If Neeta moves with double of her speed, that means 2 into Sn, she will take 1 hour less than Geeta, that is 2 t minus 1. Now the question is, find the speed of Neeta, that is what we need. Now check, I will substitute this s of n value in this case, so which will be written as 2 into s of n is 48 by t plus 2 is equals to 48 by t minus 1. Just to substitute this first s of n value, speed of Neeta in the second case. Now go for cancellation, 48 ones are 48 ones are. Now go for cross multiplication, this is, so this will be 2t minus 2 is equals to t plus 2. So 2t minus 2, this is 2 into t, 2t minus 2 into 1 is 2, this is t plus 1 into 1 is t plus 2. So t plus 2 into 1 is t plus 2, that is 2t minus t, what you can consider from here is this is t is equals to 2 plus 2, that is 4 hours. So the actual time required to travel the 48 kilometers distance is 4 hours. Now what we need? We just need the speed of Neeta. Any one equation you can take, let us write it as, so speed of Neeta is, distance is 48, t value is 4 plus 2. So this is 48 by 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 ones are 6 8s are, that is 8 kilometers per hour is the speed of Neeta. See what he said in the question, while going to a place at 48 kilometers, Neeta takes 2 hours more than Geeta. Actually we do not know how much time Geeta will take. So speed of Geeta I am taking 48 is the distance, time I am taking t. Now in the first case Neeta, for Neeta, speed of Neeta is 48 kilometers is the distance, she will take 2 hours more, that is t plus 2. In the second case, if Neeta moves double the speed, that means 2 into s of speed of Neeta is 48 by, this time she will take 1 hour less, that is t minus 1. So check, we just need to find the speed of Neeta. So substitute this s of n here, 2 into 48 by t plus 2 is equals to 48 by 1, 48 by t minus 1. So 48 will cancel, go for cross multiplication. This is 2 into t, 2t minus 2 is equals to t plus 2, 2t minus t is t plus 2 is 4 hours. So speed of Nita is 48 by 4 plus 2, that is 6, 6 1s are 6 8s are, that is 8 kilometers per hour is the speed of Nita in this case. The question says, a fruit seller goes to a market nearby his village with the speed 30 kilometers per hour in the morning and return to his village in the evening with the speed 20 kilometers per hour. Find the total distance travelled by him if the total time taken by him was 5 hours. See, this very simple question. It's a simple question. You need to find out, you need to check this question through average speed. So from his house he went to the nearby village. Check the distance from his house to village and the distance between the village to his house, both will be same. That means his place to the next village and from next village to his house, the distance will be same. This is the total distance he travelled. Now check, distance is same in this case, only the speeds are changing. So when the distance is same and the speeds are changing, the average speed is calculated. The average speed is 2 into S1 into S2, that is 30 into 20 by 30 plus 20 is 50. 2 into S1 into S2 by S1 plus S2, we calculated the average speed. So this is 10 3s are, so this is 10 5s are and 5 1s are, 5 4s are. So this is the average speed, 2 3s are, 6 4s are, 24 kilometers per hour is the average speed his journey. So his average speed during the whole journey from his house to the other village and from other village to his house, during this complete journey his average speed is 24 kilometers per hour, which is 2 into S1 into S2 by S1 plus S2, that is 30. 10 3s are 30, 10 5s are, 10 3s are, 10 5s are, 5 1s are, 5 4s are. So 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24 kilometers per hour is the speed, that is the average speed. So now we know the average speed is nothing but total distance by total time taken. The average speed is total distance by total time. So we require the total distance, let us take it as TD, that means average speed is 24 and the total time he has taken is 5 hours. The total time required was 5 hours. This is 5 4s are 20, 5 2s are 100 plus 2. So 100 plus 20, which will be 120 kilometers. So the total distance travelled by him was 120 kilometers. Now it's very easy, check it. Distance is same, when the distance is same, only the speeds are changing. Average speed is 2 into S1 S2 by S1 plus S2. So 2 into 30 into 20 by 30 plus 20 is 50. So this is 10 5s are, 10 3s are, 5 1s are, 5 4s are, which is 2 3s are, 6 4s are, 24 kilometers per hour is the average speed. So the average speed is total distance by total time, we know this. So average speed we just now calculated 24, total distance is what we require, time is 5 hours. So this is 5 4s are 20, 5 2s are 10 plus 2 12, that is total distance he travelled is 120 kilometers in this case. This question says, a bus started from a place with the speed 60 kilometers per hour. After 2 hours, another bus started from the same place in the same direction. First, from one place, a bus started with the speed 60 kilometers per hour. After this bus started, after 2 hours, another bus started from the same place in the same direction with the speed 75 kilometers per hour. Now, if you observe it clearly, the second bus speed is more than the first bus. After how much time the second bus will catch the first bus? That's the question here. So definitely the second bus will catch the first bus provided the distance is enough. So how much time the second bus will take to catch the first bus? That is the question. Now check. Think this is the places. So A to B, consider the both the buses are travelling. So the places are A to B. Now first bus started from A to B and assume the first bus travelled 2 hours. So 2 hours the first bus travelled. Consider the first bus is here after 2 hours with the speed 60 kilometers per hour. With the speed 60 kilometers per hour. So after 2 hours the second bus started from the same place in the same direction with the speed 75 kilometers per hour. With the speed 75 kilometers per hour. So if the first bus is moving in this direction, so the second bus also moving in the same direction. So when both the vehicles or the persons are moving in the same direction, as per the relative speed, the speeds should be subtracted. But before that, when the second bus started, what is the distance between both the buses? Now see, he didn't speak anything about the distance in this case when the second bus started. See, the first bus is traveling with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. So the first bus will go 60 kilometers distance in 1 hour. See, what is this? Speed 60 kilometers per hour means in 1 hour it will go to a distance of 60 kilometers. So it traveled for 2 hours. So for 2 hours, 2 hours is 1 hour is 60 kilometers, 2 hours is 120 kilometers. That means when the second bus started in the same direction, the distance between the first bus and the second bus was 120 kilometers. The distance between the first bus and the second bus was 120 kilometers. Now as per the relative speed, subtract the speeds 75 minus 60, and the distance between both the buses is 120 by time we required. So this is 75 minus 60 is 15 is equals to 120 by t. So 15 is equals to 120 by t. This is 15 ones are 15 eights are. So t is equals to 8 hours. That means the second bus will catch the first bus after 8 hours. The question is simple. The only thing you need to calculate is what is the distance between both the buses when the second bus started. What is the distance between both the buses when the second bus started from the same place in the same direction. As the first bus is moving with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, the bus will go 60 kilometers in 1 hour and 120 kilometers in 2 hours. That means when the distance is 120 kilometers between both the buses, then the second bus started in the same direction from the same place. So from there it's easy, as both are moving in the same direction. Relative speed is 75 minus 60, which is equals to 120 by t, which is 15 ones are 15 eights are, that is 8 hours. So the second bus will catch the first bus after 8 hours. The question says, a person started from a place A to B in his car with 58 kilometers per hour speed. At the same time, another person started from B to A with the speed 62 kilometers per hour. What will be the distance between them after 3 hours? 3 hours of journey if the distance between A and B is 595 kilometers. It's so simple. In the previous question, we have seen the relative speed moving in the same direction. In this question, this is the question related to the relative speed moving in the opposite direction. Now the distance between both these places is 595 kilometers. It is 595 kilometers. Now from A, one person started with 58 kilometers per hour in this direction, and from B another person started at the speed 68 kilometers per hour in this direction. Okay. Now what is the question he is asking? What is the distance between them after 3 hours? So this is the question. We can solve this in so many ways. See, A is going 58 kilometers per hour. That means in 1 hour he will go for 58 kilometers. So the first person, he will go 58 kilometers per hour speed. That means in 1 hour he will go for 58 kilometers. 3 hours they travelled. So 58 into 3. So 58 into 3. 3 8s are 24, 3 5s are 15 plus 2 17. So in 3 hours he travelled a distance of 174 kilometers. Now the second person, he will travel with a speed of 62 kilometers per hour. He also travelled for 3 hours. So 62 3s are, this is 186 kilometers. So 62 3s are 186 kilometers. That means first person has travelled 174 kilometers in 3 hours. The second person has travelled 186 kilometers in 3 hours. Now check it. This is 0, this is 6, this is 3. So they both together travelled 360 kilometers in 3 hours. Now what is the distance between them? Now the distance between them finally after 3 hours is total distance is 595 minus they traveled together 360 kilometers is the distance. Total is 595 distance, 595 kilometers, and they traveled 360 kilometers in 3 hours. Now the remaining distance is, so this is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. Now still there is a distance of 235 kilometers between them. We have not done anything new here, just we calculated what is the distance travelled by the first person in 3 hours, 58 into 3. Then we calculated what is the distance travelled by the second person, that is 3 into 62. Now 174 kilometers are travelled by the first person and 186 kilometers are travelled by the second person in 3 hours individually. So together they travelled, that is 360 kilometers they travelled together. Now after 3 hours what is the distance remaining? So 595 is the total distance. So 595 minus 360, which is 235 kilometers. Or this question can be solved by using the relative speed. See, they both are travelling in the opposite direction, right? That means the relative speed will become 62 plus 58 is equals to, relative speed is 62 plus 58 is equals to, this is the distance we need to calculate here, the time he has given. So the distance is, we don't know what is the distance they travelled, by time is 3 hours. So in this case distance d is equals to 68 plus 58, this is 8 2s are 10, 6 plus 5 11 plus 1 12, 120 into 3, that is they travelled 360 kilometers. So in 3 hours they travelled 360 kilometers. Now what is the remaining distance between them? So now I will write just now the distance between them after 3 hours, what is the distance between them? So total distance is 595 minus travelled distance is 360. So this is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, is 235 kilometers. We can use any method. In the first method we calculated individually how many kilometers they travelled in the 3 hours, but in the second case we have taken the relative speed, which is addition of both the people. As in this case both the people are travelling in the opposite direction, the relative speed will become sum of these speeds. So 62 plus 58 is equals to, we don't know what is the distance they travelled, I am taking it as d, the time taken is 3 hours. So 120 into 3 is 360, that means in 3 hours together they travelled 360 kilometers. Now the remaining distance is 595 minus 360, that is 235 is the kilometers. See this question, a thief robbed a bank at 2 a.m. A thief robbed a bank at 2 a.m. The police came to know about this after half an hour. That means the robbery happened at 2 a.m. The police came to know this at 2 after half an hour. That means the police understood about the thief. That means the theft has come to the notice of the thief at 2 a.m. plus 30 minutes. I will write it 2 a.m. plus 30 minutes. So 2 a.m. plus 30 minutes, that means 2:30 a.m. See, a thief robbed a bank at 2 a.m. The police came to know about this after half an hour and started chasing the thief immediately. So this is where the chase started. At 2:30 a.m. the chase started. I will write here chase started. That means robbery happened at 2 a.m. only, but the chase happened at 2:30. That means the chase started at 2:30 because the police came to know about the thief after half an hour of the theft. Now find at what time the police will catch the thief if the speeds of police and the thief were 8 kilometers per hour and 6 kilometers per hour respectively. See, thief and police both should go in the same direction. If this is thief, this is police. If thief is moving like this, the police also need to move like this. The speed of the thief, he has given 6 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the police, he has given 8 kilometers per hour. Okay, as per the relative speed. Now, before that, let's see when the chase started, what is the distance between the police and the thief? When the chase started, what is the distance between the police and the thief? Now see here, the thief will go 6 kilometers per every 1 hour. The thief will go 6 kilometers per every 1 hour, and the chase started after half an hour. That means In 1 hour he will go 6 kilometers, means in half an hour he will go 3 kilometers. That means when the distance was 3 kilometers between thief and police, the chase started. Okay. Clearly the thief will go 6 kilometers in 1 hour, means in 30 minutes, that means in half an hour he will go 3 kilometers. So this is easy from now. So it is relative speed is 8 minus 6, because they are moving in the same direction, and the distance between them is 3 by time is t. So time is 3 by 2, which is 1.5 hours, means 1 hour 30 minutes. That means the police will catch the thief after 1 hour 30 minutes. So let us take it here, the catching time. So when the police caught the thief, what is the time in the clock? That is what we need to find out. See, if the question asks after how much time the police will catch the thief, it is 1 hour 30 minutes. But the time we required is 2:30 am is the chase started. The chase started at 2:30 am, plus the police caught the thief after 1 hour 30 minutes. So I will write here 1 hour 30 minutes. So 2:30 am plus 1.5 hour, that will be 4 am. That means the police will catch the thief at 4 am. See, the question is simple. The robbery happened at 2 am, but the police came to know about this after half an hour and started chasing immediately. That means the chase has started at 2:30 am. Okay. And when the chase started, the thief already gone to a distance of 3 kilometers, because the speed of the thief is 6 kilometers per hour. So when the distance is 3 kilometers, then the police started chasing the thief. So relative speed is 8 minus 6 is equals to distance is 3 by t. So t is equals to 3 by 2, that is 1.5 hours, which is 1 hour 30 minutes. So the catching time, that means at 4 am. So 2:30 am is the chase started, plus extra 1.5 hour the police taken to catch the thief. So at 4 am the police will catch the thief. See the question. A car takes half of the time taken by the truck to go from Hyderabad to Delhi. A truck takes 20 hours to go for the same journey. What is the speed of the truck if the speed of the car is 120 kilometers per hour? Very easy question. He just twisted from here and there, otherwise it is very easy. Now check, a car is taking half of the time taken by the truck to go from Hyderabad to Delhi. Now check what he has given. A truck takes total 20 hours to go for the journey. See, truck takes, I will just write here, so the truck takes total 20 hours. Truck takes total 20 hours. Now the car takes 20 by 2, which is 10 hours the car will take. Okay. Now check, in the question he says, what is the speed of the truck if the speed of the car is 120 kilometers per hour? So speed of the car is 120 kilometers per hour, then what is the speed of the truck? That is what the question is asked. Now check here, we will just compare here. I will just write here the car and the truck. I will just write here car and truck. Now check here, first we will write the time. The times is, the ratio of the times will take. So car will take 10 hours and the truck will take 20 hours. This is 10 ones are, 10 twos are. So this is the time periods are in the ratio 1:2. So for the car and truck, the time periods are in the ratio 1:2. Now the speeds. Now the speeds will be, we have already seen these type of things. So the time will be inversely proportional to the speeds. So the speeds will become 2:1. If the times are in the ratio 1:2, the speeds will become in the ratio 2:1. Now what is the question? He says, what is the speed of the truck if the speed of the car is 120 kilometers per hour? Now speed of the car is 2 ratios. So speed of the car is 2 ratios. That means I will write here. So 2 ratios is nothing but how much it is? 120 kilometers. This is for the car. So for the car, the speed is 120 kilometers, which indicated by 2 ratios. Now for the truck the speed is only 1 ratio. Therefore 1 ratio. So 2 ratios is 120, means 1 ratio is 120 by 2, that is 60 kilometers per hour. This is the speed of the truck. This is speed of the truck. This is a different method to solve the question. See, clearly he said the truck will take total 20 hours, and he says a car takes half the time taken by the truck. That means car will take 20 by 2, 2 ones are 2 tens are. So the car will take only 10 hours to travel the distance. So we need to find what is the speed of the truck, and he has given the speed of the car 120. So time ratios we calculated, car take 10 hours, truck take 20 hours, 10 ones are 10 twos are. So the speeds are, when the times are in the ratio 1:2, the speeds will become in the ratio 2:1. Now check, speed of the car is 2 ratios, that is 120 kilometers. So if 2 ratios is 120 kilometers, then speed of the truck is 1 ratio. So 1 ratio, that is 120 by 2, which is 60 kilometers per hour. That means the speed of the car is 120 kilometers, then speed of the truck is 60 kilometers per hour. See the question. Going to a place when Ranjan increases his speed from 24 kilometers per hour to 30 kilometers per hour, he takes 1 hour less than the usual time to cover a certain distance. See the difference he has given 1 hour less. So the difference is given as 1 hour less, so than the usual time to cover a certain distance. What is the distance usually covered by him? What is the distance usually covered by him? Let's see this again. We'll take in the ratio form only. So speeds, first we'll write the speeds ratio. So actual speed is 24 kilometers per hour and increased speed is 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, just take this as a ratio. This is 6 fours are, this is 6 fives are. So which is the speeds ratio is 4:5. So the speeds ratio is 4:5. Now the time, the times ratio is, it will become 5:4. The times ratio is 5:4. Now what is the difference he has given? Now check it here. He has given a difference of 1 hour. He has given a difference of 1 hour. Now check the times difference, which is 5 parts and 4 parts, are 5 ratios and 4 ratios. Let's see. So the difference of time ratios, I'll write it 5 ratios minus 4 ratios times we are taking, which is 1 ratio or 1 part, anyway you can consider. So 1 ratio is the difference. What is this 1 ratio is equals to? This 1 ratio, this 1 ratio is nothing but 1 hour, that is given in the question. This 1 ratio is nothing but 1 hour. See, the difference of the ratios is 1 ratio and the difference of the time is 1 hour, that is given in the question, 1 hour. Now take any one side, 24 kilometers per hour side or 30 kilometers per hour. I will take 24 kilometers per hour side. Now 1 ratio is 1 hour, so therefore I will take this value. So 5 ratios, 5 ratios will be 5 hours. 5 ratios will be 5 hours. Now the distance travelled in this 5 hours is nothing but the total distance. So that is the distance is, so distance is nothing but the speed into time. So speed in the first scenario is 24 kilometers per hour and the time taken is 5 hours, which is 24 5s are 120 kilometers. 24 5s are 120 kilometers. Otherwise, the question can be solved in by taking the second, this scenario also. Let's see that. See here. So the difference of 1 ratio is 1 hour. Difference of 1 ratio is 1 hour. Now I will take this 4 hours. So 4 ratios. So 4 ratios difference is 4 hours. 4 ratios difference is 4 hours. Now the distance travelled. So in this case, the total distance travelled in the 4 hours is the distance required. So the speed is 30 kilometers per hour and the time taken is 4, which is 120 kilometers, which is 120 kilometers. In both cases, the answers will remain same. Either you take the first scenario or second scenario, the answers will be 120 kilometers. So the distance usually covered by him is 120 kilometers. The question says, Divya starts from place A with the speed 4 kilometers per hour towards place B. and at the same time Prema start from B towards A with certain speed. We didn't have the speed of the other person. So, let us see, let us take this as place A and this as place B. So, and clearly he mentioned, first we will let us see what is the extra information we have. They met each other after 6 hours. So, after 6 hours they met each other. Find the speed of Prema if the distance between the places is 42 kilometers. So, this is 42 kilometers. So, the distance is 42 kilometers between A and B. Now, what the question says, Divya start from A. So, Divya started from A to B with the speed 4 kilometers per hour, and at the same time Prema started from B. So, I will write here. So, from here the other girl started, and we do not know what is the speed. Let us take her speed as S. In the question the speed of Prema is not given. So, let us take the speed as S, and she is moving from B towards A. She is moving from B towards A. Now, as per the relative speed, they are traveling in the opposite direction. So, the speeds will become addition. So, the sum of the speeds you need to take. They met each other after 6 hours. So, that means they met each other after 6 hours. They took 6 hours to cross each other. Then find the speed of Prema if the distance between the places is 42. Very easy. So, S is equals to d by t if you want to write. So, the speeds will become relative speed, which is 4 plus S. The speed of Divya is 4 and the speed of other person is S. Distance is 42 and the time is 6 kilometers. That means they met after 6 kilometers. They met after 6 hours. They have taken 6 hours to meet each other. This is 6 ones are 6 sevens are. So, this is 4 plus S is equals to 7. So, speed of Prema S is equals to 7 minus 4, that is 3 kilometers per hour is the speed of Prema. See, the question is simple. One person is started from A to B with the speed 4 kilometers per hour. At the same time another person started from B to A. We do not have the speed. So, as per the relative speed we need to take the sum of the speeds. Distance he has given 42 kilometers between the two places. So, as per the speed is equals to distance by time, it will be calculated as relative speed. Add the speeds 4 plus S. Distance is 42 and the time is 6 hours. 6 ones are 6 sevens are 4 plus S is equals to 7. So, the speed of the other person is 7 minus 4, that is 3 kilometers per hour. See the question. One day Ravi from his place starts at 8 am to Krishna's village at 60 kilometers per hour. At 9 am Krishna started from his place towards Ravi's at 75 kilometers per hour. That is the speeds. At what time do they meet if the distance between the two places is 330 kilometers? Similar kind of question, let us write it. So, Ravi's place is this, consider this is Krishna's place. So, he has given in the question, that means the distance between the two places. So, the distance between the two places is 330 kilometers. So, Ravi started from his place to Krishna's place with the speed 60 kilometers per hour. He started at 8 am. He started at 8 am and Krishna started at 9 am towards Ravi's village. So, we have the speed as 75 kilometers per hour. This is the speed of Krishna and he is moving to Ravi's village and Ravi is moving to Krishna's village. But check what is the question saying. Ravi started at 8 am but Krishna started at 9 am. That means when Krishna started at 9 am, Ravi already travelled for 1 hour. That means in 1 hour he travelled for how much distance? 60 kilometers he travelled. Now Ravi is here. So, after 1 hour Ravi is here who travelled 60 kilometers. Now, after 1 hour the distance between them is 330 minus 60, that is 270 kilometers. That means when Krishna started from his place to Ravi's place, the distance between them is 270 kilometers. As both are moving in the same direction, the relative speed will become 60 plus 75, because relative speed in opposite direction you need to add. So, the distance is 270 kilometers, because out of 330 kilometers Ravi alone travelled 60 kilometers. So, remaining is 270 by time we need to find. So, this is 60 plus 75, 135 plus is equals to 270 by t. So 135 is equals to 270 by t, 135 ones are 135 twos are. That means t is equals to 2 hours. That means they will cross each other after 2 hours. That means the time, at what time they will cross each other, that means at. So 9 am is the time we need to take, because 9 am is the time when Krishna started, plus 2 hours is the time they required. So they required 9 am they started, I mean Krishna started at 9 am. So plus 2 hours they required to meet each other. So 9 am plus 2 hours is 11 am. So that means they will meet each other at 11 am. The question is simple. So Ravi started from his place to Krishna's place at 8 am with the speed 60 kilometers per hour, and after 1 hour Krishna started from his place to Ravi's place at 75 kilometers per hour speed. See, after 1 hour Krishna started, that means in this 1 hour Ravi travelled 60 kilometers. So when Krishna started to Ravi's village, the distance between them was only 270 kilometers. So as both are moving in the opposite direction, take the relative speed, that is 60 plus 75 is equals to, distance is 270 by time we required. So 135 is equals to 270 by t, 135 ones are 135 twos are. So t will be equals to 2 hours, t will be equals to 2 hours. So that means this is the time required, they required 2 hours to meet each other. So 9 am is the time when Krishna started. So 9 am plus 2 hours, that means they will meet each other at 11 am.